Hi, my name is Presvytera Kerri and I am a priest wife and mother to 4 young children. I'm here in Thessaloniki, Greece. We moved to Greece in 2022, and it's been so interesting living in an Orthodox Christian country. With a new baby and up to a 7-year-old, I'm busy and we're all learning and figuring it out.
Hello, we are here in the mountains of central Greece. We are outside the city of Karpenisi, and this is actually the area where my husband's family is from. So we're here visiting, and we are close to the monastery of Brousseau, which is actually the second largest visited monastery in Greece that's dedicated to the Panagia, or the Mother of God. Since we've lived in Greece, we've had the opportunity to visit quite a few monasteries. Some we've been able to venerate some relics, and some we've simply enjoyed the hospitality of the monastics. So for example, we've been able to visit more than once the monastery of St. John the Theologian in Suroti, Greece, which is right outside of Thessaloniki. And there we've been able as a family to venerate the relics of St. Paisios. Yes, you heard me right, we visited the monasteries with our children. You know, we have 4 children, 4 boys ages 7 under, and we've gone and visited monasteries with them. Visiting a monastery with kids, are you crazy? Not exactly, though it can definitely seem intimidating at first. So there's a couple reasons why we choose to go visit monasteries with our kids, and one of them is of course the opportunity to be able to venerate relics. Quite a few monasteries have relics of different saints. I mentioned St. Paisios earlier, but also this summer we went to Mount Olympus and we visited the monastery of St. Dionysios of Olympus. And without knowing it, we found out that there were a ton of relics there, including from St. Lazarus and one of the youngest martyrs, St. Kyrikos.
We venerated just the head of, I don't remember his... Kyrikos.
And it was just such an incredible opportunity for us as parents and for our kids to be able to venerate these relics and have a more personal relationship with these saints. So that's the first reason. That said, that's not the only reason to go visit a monastery, which leads on to point 2, which is being able to experience beauty. Most monasteries have some really beautiful grounds, even if they're a small monastery, even if they're in the city. They're usually really well kept and beautiful to look at. Furthermore, if you have the opportunity to go to services at the monastery, being able to see the iconography and hear the chanting that's happening is really special. The third opportunity is to have a taste of a full liturgical life, learning about the monastics and what kind of schedule they follow on a daily basis, with the services they attend, the prayers they might do, the jobs they might have. Reason number 5, to be disconnected. This goes for parents and kids. With really young kids, I know it's not quite as much of an issue, the phones and tablets and whatnot. But to have the opportunity for kids to be in a place where you don't see people just pulling out their smartphones or their tablets or things like that. And for us as parents, it's to be in a place where we have to pretty much keep them away. It's good for our kids to see us doing that too. So not only does it give us the chance to set an opportunity of being disconnected from technology, it's also good for our own souls to have that break from it. And last but not least is to give our children the opportunity to see an example of another way of life, to see an example of another way to serve God in this monastic life, which is something that most of our kids haven't experienced or haven't interacted with very much. So not only can it broaden their own horizons, perhaps it could inspire them someday when they're looking for their own ways to serve God.